Good morning, ma'am. Today we are talking about sales and purchasing. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bilal Kwadjato. My target number is 572011337550 from K for Charlie. And then my friend,
Good morning, ma'am. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marita Dwi Anivan. I'm from Port and Shipping Department. My number of cadets is 572011337555.
and then for Martha. What think about sales, Martha?
Okay, Gilang. Now I will present about purchasing for you.
Okay.
Okay. For the first is about purchasing. What is purchasing? Purchasing is the organized acquisition of goods and services on behalf of the paying entity. Purchasing activities are needed to ensure that needed items are obtained in a timely manner and at a reasonable cost. A purchasing department is especially necessary in a manufacturing business, where large amounts of raw materials and components must be obtained on a recurring basis. And then the purchasing department primary goals are as follows. First, to locate suppliers that can provide goods and services in accordance with the payer requirements. Then next, to pay items that meet the quality specification of the payer. And then number three is to create a stream of deliveries into the payer premiers that minimize the raw materials inventory investment while still ensuring that goods are available as needed. And then the last is to minimize the amount of cash invested in inventory. And then type of purchasing. There are 4 types that classify purchasing based on the intent use of the goods or services. For the first one is personal purchasing. In the first type, purchasing is done to get goods or services that will be used for personal use. And then number 2, mercantile purchasing. In the second type, purchasing is carried out by being facilitated by parties who have the aim of reselling to other people, such as again, wholesalers and retail sellers. And then number 3 is industrial purchasing. In the third type, purchasing is done with the aim of turning the purchase or raw goods into new goods or products. And then the last is institutionalized or government purchasing. Meanwhile, in this fourth type, purchasing plays a very important role because it is intended for the public interest. Then next, about purchasing activities. First, receive and verify purchase requisitions from around the company. And then number 2, search for qualified supplier that can fulfill the buyer needs. Number 3, prepare and issue request for proposal documents to qualified supplier. And then number 4, evaluate supplier response to RFPs, select a winner, and negotiate a contract. And then the next is issue purchase order to suppliers that authorize purchase. A master purchase order may be issued when there are a number of deliveries contemplated under a purchasing arrangement. And then the next, administer a contract that have a longer duration. And the last is review open purchase order to see if any should be closed. And then about skills purchasing. First, judgment and decision making. And then number 2, detail spotting. Number 3, prioritizing. Number 4, persistence. 5, flexibility and adaptability. Number 6, relationship building. 7, negotiation. And last is integrity. And then purchasing responsibilities. Purchasing responsibilities. Number 1 is research potential vendors. And then compare and evaluate offer from suppliers, negotiate contract terms of agreement and pricing, track orders and ensure timely delivery, review quality of purchased product, enter order details into internal database, maintain update records of purchase product, delivery information and invoices, prepare report on purchase, including cost analysis, and then monitor stock levels and place orders as needed, coordinate with warehouse staff to ensure proper storage, and the last is attend trade shows and exhibitions to stay up to date with industry trends. Enough. So, now, any question for you, Gilang?
I have one question for you, Marita. Tell me about the tile spotting. What is this?
Okay. The tile spotting. Tile spotting is to be a successful procurement professional. You not only need to be detail oriented, but also be able to spot the intricate details inside the details. For only a minute, difference exists between a product becoming a hit and product becoming an all-out disaster. So now, Gilang, tell me about sales.
Okay, thank you. And then I'm today talking about sales. Sales is transaction between two or more parties in which the buyers receive tangible or intangible goods, service or asset in exchange for money. In some cases, other assets are tied to a seller. In the financial market, a sale can also refer to an agreement that a buyer and seller make regarding the price of a security. And then key takeaways. First, a sale is transaction between two or more parties, typical a buyer and a seller, in which goods or services are exchanged for money or other asset. And then number two, in the financial market, a sale is an agreement between a buyer and seller regarding the price of a security and delivery of the security to the buyer in exchange for the agreed upon compensation. And number three, in the item or service is question is transferred by one party to the other party with no compensation. The transaction is not considered to be a sale but rather a gift or a donation. And then sometimes determines that the seller provides the buyer with a good or service in exchange for a specific amount of money or specific asset. To complete a sale, both the buyer and the seller must agree to the specific terms of the transaction, such as the price, quantity of goods sold, and delivery logistics. And then, how makes a good salesperson? To make the best hero indication understand what skill have candidates such as in a sales role. There are some skill quality that make for a good salesperson. First, empathy. When a seller display empathy toward a client, they are more likely to make the sellers. This tactic show understanding and helps establish trust. Second, determination. If a salesperson show determination, it helps them accomplish their goals and sales quotes. This quality helps them stay focus on their duties and makes them into a more goal-oriented salesperson, which leads to revenue for the company. And third, confident. When a sales believes in their skill, ability, and the product or services they are selling, they are more apt to land a sale and make customers want to buy more from the future. And then for Martha, you can you have Any question for me? Sorry, Marta, your voice is not clear.
Yes. So Dylan, I have a question for you. Among the skills to become a salesperson as described in Liar, are there other skills needed to become a salesperson?
From skill that a salesperson must have include communication, prospecting, discovery, design assignment, social selling, storytelling, active listening, object handling, present skill, negotiation skill, territory management technology, buyer research, time management and planning, research, judgment, collaboration. Enough.
Okay, Dylan, thank you for your answer.
And finish. Thank you for attention. Good morning, ma'am. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.